Good afternoon and welcome everyone. I'm Surbhi Saxena. Today, BPV Publications in association with Lovely Professional University are pleased to present a webinar on Internet of Things. IoT is a term that is becoming more widely known and has already started changing everyday's life. Thus, it is much more exciting to learn today how IoT-based projects are created. The idea behind this online live training is to benefit the IT students, the faculties, and the research scholars so they are able to have more learning about the applications of IoT in a better way. Now let's start with some introduction of BPB publications and Lovely Professional University. BPP is the Asia's largest publisher of computer and IT books. For the past 62 years, BPP has been a friend, philosopher, and guide for programmers, developers who have made things happen in the IT world. Started by Shri G.C. Jain who has been honored with the Padam Shri Award in 2002 by Honorable President of India for his contribution in spreading IT education in the country. BPP has published over 5,000 titles from the world-class authors and sold over 90 million copies worldwide. BPP is publishing quality print books, electronic books, and video courses on all the latest trending and emerging technologies. With our complete emphasis on the high quality of authorship, authenticated content, editorial and production values, our educational and professional divisions have been fulfilling the complete requirement of the vast number of the readers. The BPB titles are prescribed as the standard courseware at most of the leading school, college, universities, and training institutes. Let's talk about Lovely Professional University. They founded in 2005. LPU is a university based in Punjab. It offers a wide variety of courses such as engineering streams, computer applications, and so on. With over 35,000 students currently enrolled, LPU offers students full-time as well as part-time courses. Now we would like to introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Anita Gehlot and Dr. Rajesh Singh, who are an author of the book IoT-based project by BBB Publications. Besides this, they have authored many other books like Microprocessor and Microcontroller Interview Questions, which is basically a complete question bank with the real-time examples. Another one on industrial automation, and we will be releasing sometime next week on biomedical sensors. Dr. Anita is an associate professor with Lovely Professional University with more than 12 years of experience in academics. Her area of expertise includes wireless sensor networks, embedded systems, and Internet of Things. She has been awarded with Certificate of Appreciation and also awarded with Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Award. Dr. Rajesh Singh is currently associated as professor with Lovely Professional University with more than 16 years of experience in academics. His area of expertise includes embedded systems, robotics, and Internet of Things. He has been awarded with Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Award. So all please get ready for the great session. Anita ji and Rajesh ji, I hand over it to both of you. Please start. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Surfi ma'am, for inviting us and that uh, wonderful kind of things you have said for us. It was really a wonderful introduction to both of us. So, first, let me thanks BPB Online for inviting us and publishing our books in the field of Internet of Things and other areas like microprocessor and microcontrollers. So I would like to start. I think Rajesh has also joined us. So I will start, and meanwhile, Rajesh will join in between. So before I start, I request all the listeners to please put your queries on the in the chat box, and in between I will see and I will try to answer those queries. So Surbi ma'am, can I start?
Yes, yes, please start.
Okay. I feel in 1 hour webinar, it is not easy to understand all the process, how we can actually do in the real time life, but we can have a look which kind of things we can do and which kind of projects we can accommodate and which kind of things we can do with the internet of the things. So we are just trying to club all these things and try to show all the participants. So let me start. My screen is visible to all. Is it
Yes, it's
visible?
visible.
Okay. So today we will discuss about Internet of Things and the real-time examples where we can implement Internet of Things and how we can do that. So me and Rajesh sir will present a small clips also during this webinar so that you understand all these things. So as Surbhi ma'am also introduced, I'm just giving a brief introduction also. So Dr. Rajesh Singh is having 157 patents. He has 21 authored book with the different publishers, including BPB Online, edited books, then has many publications in SCI Scopus also. I have 137 patents in my account and authored 21 books and 5 edited books along with more than 70 SCI and Scopus papers. So let me tell you about something about small devices which me and in my team along with the Rajesh sir and my students have developed so that you can have a look which kind of things that as academician you can do, because nowadays research and teaching are two parallel platforms. So whenever we are talking about the teaching, it is not only the textbook we are teaching, we are also motivating our students to make something different and to implement the latest technology in the real life products and the devices. So let me start with very few devices which has been developed at the Lovely Professional University in Innovation Studio. We have Innovation Studio over here, which is headed by Dr. Rajesh sir. So first thing I'm sharing here is e-Parirakshak. That is basically a device for agriculture field where we can deploy different kind of the sensors in the field and then collect the information, real-time information on the small device which was created by the student, and it is also patent now. So that means IoT is having a wide application in the area of agriculture also. That is very interesting to understand which kind of things can be done in agriculture. So whatever we are covering in this webinar, these all are the subtopics of the book which we have published with the BPB, that is IoT based projects. Also, we have developed one integrated customized board for internet application. Basically, very small kind of boards are available in the market, including Arduino board, TI Launchpad, Raspberry Pi. But we have also used those. We will also discuss all these small devices during our lecture also today. But we always prefer some kind of customization should be there according to the need of the device. Like if I just want to glow one LED, right? And I will use TI Launchpad for that. That is the totally waste for the efficiency and the cost of that particular device. So why not we can customize our boards? So that was the concept, and we are also working on different customization of the boards and the devices. So we have also developed this. Just I want to tell you this particular device is also patent by Lovely Professional University. So it is an open platform also. Maybe in the coming time period you will get it, this device as you are getting Raspberry Pi and Arduino in the market. Also one device
Hello, hello.
Hello, Surbhi ma'am. Am I audible now? I don't know how it got mute. Am I audible, Surbhi ma'am?
Yes, yes, please, Anita ji. Now you are audible.
Ma'am, when I was muted, I don't know actually
Uh,
what was
uh,
going on that time.
you were just started the presentation of LPU. That screen, no, which
Okay,
you were just showing, the first screen.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
So
so
I
you
was
please, yeah, please start
okay,
from there. Huh? Okay, thank you
okay,
so
ma'am.
much.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, ma'am. So my screen is visible, ma'am. So I was talking about Tali Day, that is tracking audience admiration and level of involvement. Basically, this device was developed by the student. What it collects the speech given by the speaker, and it shows you the variations in the speech where most admiration was given by the audience. Also, it catches those words where most admiration was done. So it will help the speaker to enhance the speech. Also, it will help where speech must be stopped or it can be verified. So this kind of things has been done, and it is also one of the patent at LPU. We have also won different
Definitely.
national, international kind of competitions like Smart India Hackathon 2019 was we has won. So that was as I told you, IoT is having a big field in agriculture. It is having vast area. So it was basically really with the agriculture field where Smart India Hackathon our students has won. So different kind of projects we have done with the students, and that also Rashtrapati Bhavan we got recognized, and one of the student Archit Agarwal was recognized along with me and Rajesh sir. So that was GYTI award in 2016. So those are very small kind of games which we are doing over here. Also, lot of media coverage we got due to small devices with that lovely professional university like eParidakshak I told. One of nowadays one of the devices we got recognized in
Yeah, I think there is some internet problem going on with Anita ji's place. Rajesh ji, are you there?
Yeah. I am there.
Okay, so request
Okay,
if
I
you
am
can
going to
please,
share my
yeah.
laptop to Dr. Anita, so
Mhm.
she'll present from there.
Okay, because I think there is some internet problem with the Anita ji's place. So, uh, I,
Sorry for that, ma'am.
Asha, okay, you come back. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
good.
ma'am, we are in the university only. We are coming here for those devices which I was sharing with you all. We
All
are
right.
working over here day night for those
Okay,
devices. So we
great.
are in the office only.
Okay,
So
great.
that's
Please
why.
continue now.
Yes. So I was talking about some devices like CT scan. That CT scan device has been developed for basically finding out with the either some person has been infected with COVID-19 or not. One of the project is dashboard. We have designed a dashboard where uh, infected person along with the prediction of next week, prediction of next month was done. So these are very small kind of things we are doing over here. So next I want to share something. Let me try it. So, ma'am, if my screen is not visible, please let me know.
Yes, sure. Sure.
Is it visible, ma'am?
No, it's not visible. Yes, it's visible now.
Okay.
It's basically the screen. Okay, it's fine. It is industrial evaluation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So just I was talking about different devices. So basically, what is this? This is different evolution in the industrial pattern. So it was started in earlier 18th century where mechanical production was introduced, and then 20th century we were begin with the industry 2.0 that was with the engines, that is diesel engines. Then we had industry 3.0 where electronics and IT progression comes into the market, and nowadays we are living in industry 4.0. Why I'm telling you about industry evolution? Because internet of thing is very much part of industry revolution 4.0. We also call it IIoT, that is industrial internet of things, where internet of things is basically combining all the parts and the components of the industry as well, along with your small components. So that means whenever we are talking about internet of things, we are talking about the small networks. Basically, internet of things is network of the networks. There are small networks, and those networks are communicating with each other, and we have a big network of networks. So wherever we are talking about small networks, those networks can be it is not always mandatory every device is connected with Wi-Fi only. It is not always IoT, but it can be connected with wireless sensor networks also. So basically, small networks are the part of a big network, that is Internet of Things. And in industry, if we are combining all the components along with this, that is your IIoT, that is Industrial Internet of Things. So that is the basic idea. What is Internet of Things is basically. So it is basically, as I told you, it is small. There are small networks. That network can be a network where your transportation is connected. That network can be where your hospitals and logistics are connected. That network can be where your smart homes are connected. So those are very small kind of networks where your local area network is going on, and when all these are interconnected, that is come under Internet of Things. So this is where we call it different steps for IoT. So if we talk about small definitions of IoT, the cloud is very common word. I think all of us have heard about cloud. What is cloud basically? Cloud is the sub part of IoT. It is an elastic computing environment in the data center. What happens when basically what we do in IoT? In IoT, we collect the real-time data with the help of sensors, because sensors are basically roots of the IoT. Without sensory part, you can't think about IoT. It is based simply on the real-time data collection. If there is no real-time data collection, that comes under that doesn't come under IoT. So if any real-time data is included or in any real-time sensory part is included, then only you can say it is IoT part. So there is some confusion among the students also. Sometimes they think the network part or the cloud part is only IoT. No, that is not IoT. That is sub part of IoT where it can be a part. Cloud is a you can say component of IoT where you are having elastic computing environment, right? Second component, we have information technology. So it is basically combination of software and hardware. Whenever we are saying hardware, that means the sensory part. Sensory part, whenever we are saying that is embedded system, that means you can say that embedded system is root. You can't imagine IoT without embedded system. So what we call about things, because we are talking about Internet of Things. So Internet is basically, we know all know about Internet. It is interconnection of the networks. And thing is what? It is physical device. So what is that physical device? That is sensory part, where we are collecting the real-time data. It can be, very simply if I can say, it can be a temperature of your room where you are sitting. Simplest example I can tell you, that is controlled environment. Like if you have a very basic AC which can control your room temperature at a particular temperature value like 18 degrees Celsius without human intervention, that is very simple example of automation. So that combines your feedback values also, that combines your real-time sensory part where your temperature sensor is there, which is collecting the information from the environment and giving feedback to the system, and system is acting accordingly. So that is a combination of hardware and software. Without hardware you can't do anything, and without software also you can't do computing part. So it is very much the combination of all these two things. Another thing is operational technology. So operational technology is basically computing that actually controls the power things. So means which kind of operational technology you are using, which kind of things you are connecting. So that is part of this. Also, you must have heard about two more terminologies, that is edge and fog. Very common nowadays. Everyone is talking about fog computing. Everyone is talking about edge computing. So there is small difference between cloud, fog, and edge computing. So let me share some differences so that you understand more easily. Cloud, we all understand, that is elastic computing environment where all the computation part you can do, or your data just goes there and we save all the data in the cloud. Now, what is your fog? Fog is basically what happens, like there is some critical kind of the components. If we have a fire sensor, I'm just giving a small example. If there is a fire sensor, the purpose of fire sensor is what? The purpose of fire sensor is to sense the fire. Now, if I place that fire sensor in my room and it gives you every time there is no fire, there is no fire, that is of no use for me, because there is no fire, that is obvious, that is normal. I just want to know the critical value. That is, if fire happens, that value should come to me. So that is basically done with the intelligence of the device. That is your fog, where your required data, critical data is only going to the cloud, so that there will be no traffic in the cloud and you get the required value at that time. Because if I will start giving everything to the cloud, there will be much traffic and you will not get enough space to store the required data. So that is basically, hello, Surabhi ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes, please, Anita ji, you are audible, and your screen is also there.
Okay, okay. Ma'am, please let me know if there is some problem.
Yes, yes, sure, sure. Yes.
So I think now it's somehow would be clear to all participants that what is the difference between edge. Now, what is the difference between fog and the cloud? Now, edge is basically where you have a device where you have done the small computation at the part of the device only. This is not going to the cloud for the computation. So these are the small definitions which we should know before we go for the Internet of Things. There are any other components also. We can talk it later on. So let me tell you about very basic taxonomy of research in the IoT technologies. So as I told you, the perception part is the most important part, that is sensory part. Because whenever we are talking about IoT, it is about the real-time perception. So perception can be done with different kind of the sensors. Those are neural sensors, chemical biosensors, environmental sensor, or any mobile phone sensor if you are having the real-time data. Then we have pre-processing. Pre-processing can be like amplification of the signals, because sometimes sensors are not giving the proper signal to access to communicate to another device. Pre-processing is important for amplification part. Then we have communication network. So the communication network is having different layers that can be low power link layer, adaptation layer, routing protocols, Bluetooth technology. Nowadays we have Zigbee and LoRa technology. That is very much part of communication network. So basically, whenever we are talking about IoT, it is combination of different fields. It is interdisciplinary kind of field where your electronics people, your computer science people, your data analysts, all comes under a single roof, under a one roof. So also we have middleware where your service-based events, your event-based data, your database orientation, all these comes under middleware. And last we have application part. Application part can be done only if we know about all the subparts. It is not always mandatory to have mastery of all the subparts, but if you know the basics of embedded system, and if you know the basics of the communication part, then you can apply it for the application. So for the application, we have different areas like energy conservation, smart agriculture, healthcare, supply chain management, home automation, and furthermore, more kind of applications can also be there. So our book, that is IoT based project, have covered all these parts. So you can go for that and you can see how it can be implemented. We have divided book in different parts, like it will give you the basic introduction, it will give you the complete interfacing of the devices with the controller board, it will give you also the program. So it is a complete, you can say, a platform where you can get everything and you can try by your own. So these are the books we have with BPB. We have a mobile robotic platform control. It tells you about different robotic platforms which can be controlled with Internet of Things and TI Launchpad. Then we have industrial automation. We have microprocessor and microcontroller question books, that is interview questions. And this is IoT based project, and I am showing you the brief content of this project book, where you can have a detailed look about all these contents. We have over here air pollution meter. You can see a smart garage door. Rajesh sir will take some case studies from this book so that you can understand it more. Rajesh sir, I hand it over to you. Thank you, Subhi ma'am.
Yeah, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes, Rajeshji, you are audible. Please.
Oh, thank you very much. Actually, before start the my content presentation, actually the very important thing is to understand the characteristics of the different microcontroller platforms which is available in the market, through which we can just realize our applications or realize our your project basically. So there are several controllers present in the market, but if you are thinking of doing the rapid prototyping, then I think the Arduino is the one platform for academician, I think so. Industry have the different facility to perform the experiment, but Arduino for academicians, I think Arduino and Raspberry Pi, the two are the most popular platforms where you can just search the things on the Google and you will get the help and easily you can realize the your project or your application very easily. So now this chart will show you the different microcontroller boards those are available in the market, and correspondingly the internal parameters of those microcontrollers. So I think there is no need to discuss all or in detail. Then the what are the enabling technologies? Those are near to Internet of Things. Earlier of Internet of Things, there are lot many technologies. Those are in the market through which we can perform or we can send our data from one to another place. Okay, the Bluetooth is earlier technology, and that's why they call the nearby technologies. Okay, so Wi-Fi is the one technology through which, then WiMAX, then LRWPAN. This is basically wireless personal area network with the low rate data rate. Then the mobile GSM module is, I think, popular from 1990s, where we can just have a placed one SIM inside the modem and just write the code through microcontroller and just send your SMS or your phone calls to the another place. Then Bluetooth, and nowadays LoRaWAN is there in the market, and correspondingly same here. These are the different technologies, and corresponding to it there are the parameters. What are the frequency band of operating frequency band of these technologies, and what are the data rates, then transmission range, and what are the energy consumption, and then the cost. So basically again this is one table, and these are all are the enabling technology for Internet of Things. Now the important, before going to realize the project, the interfacing is the first deal through which we can just have take few sensors, actuators, and try to connect it with the microcontroller. So I think every microcontroller having different architecture. So right now with the BPB, we have written the book, yeah, which is based on the Node MCU. There are few projects which is related to Node MCU, then Arduino based, then few based on Nutify, few based on TI Launchpad, and few based on the Raspberry Pi. So where you can just go and search inside our book, there is a first is the name of the project or the application or area of the invention. Very simple word. Just you take that topic and just go back, first read the introduction of that whole system, and later on what exactly the block diagram, what is the way to represent your whole system in the form of block diagram. Later on the schematics, how we are going to connect the sensors and actuators as per your application with your microcontroller. That circuit diagram is available. Then later on the code, actual tested code, which is already run or tested on the hardware. You just take that code, copy paste on your compiler or your IDE, and just run that code and burn that code inside that hardware. That hardware will respond you and just give you a kick start to your further realization of that project. Okay, so basically our book, same, all the inside the all the books we have follow the same pattern. That pattern is simply the block diagram, then circuit diagram, then programs which is related to it, and if there is a requirement of controlling those actuators or controller through mobile application or want to control through cloud servers, then those steps and way how we are going to attach with the cloud, then that part is also available inside the our book. Okay, so before starting or reading our book, please first try to decide what is the your requirement. Basically means microcontroller, which microcontroller architecture you are going to follow. Either 8051U, if you are good with that, then try to choose that. Otherwise maybe Atmega, the another choice. Maybe the Arduino board, ready-made board, which is means available, readily available in the market. Then Node MCU is the another. Either you want, if you want to use Node MCU, or either Raspberry Pi. So it is what first selection of the microcontroller come into the role. The later part is first understand the characteristics of the devices which you are embedding with the microcontroller. Those devices are basically either input, output, or either storage, or maybe the processing devices. So just try to figure out the number of the devices, which kind of devices you guys are embedding or want to interface with the microcontroller, that is the basically first deal to understand. So first, what are our input devices? What are the output devices, storage devices? I'll discuss later on. And prior to go for that, this is the block diagram where basically whole system through which I can connect my sensors. Yeah, where I can just use any microcontroller, and later on the outer side there are several devices are present, either for communication like Zigbee modem is there, Bluetooth is there. What are the various mode of interfacing of those devices with the microcontroller? This is the important deal. Actually, if you are looking for sensors like fire sensors, like LM35, like motion sensor, which kind of sensors you are embedding with microcontroller, this is the first deal. And then type of the sensors. Few sensors, those are available in the market. Either those are available in the 2 lag form. 2 lag means simple, like light emitting diode, or sorry, light dependent resistor, sorry, light dependent resistor, which is having only 2 lag, and then you have to attach one pull up with it and to convert it into 3 lag device, and easily connect it with the microcontroller. So yeah, first is sensors. What are the type of the sensors which is available? Either digital, either analog, or either your mode of connection is SPI, I2C, or maybe UART. So please check the type of the sensor through which you are just connecting with the microcontroller. And then the actuator types. There are several actuators in the market, like DC motors. Several type of DC motors are there. Several servos motors are there. Stepper motors are there. How you are going to connect it with the microcontroller? What are the mediator circuitry, means interfacing circuitry required in between microcontroller and that actuator is needed to figure out. So okay, so before going or using or selection of the microcontroller, first is the requirement. How many digital pin I want on the microcontroller, how many analog pin or sensors I have and want to connect with the microcontroller, how many UART enabled devices I am going to connect to realize my application. According to that requirement, then try to go for selection of the microcontroller. Okay, if you are looking for, suppose I have take one example. Inside the few microcontroller like 89C51, there is only one UART. But suppose if you have 2 UART enabled devices, then you can't attach those devices in 8051. Then you have to check the another availability of the microcontroller which contain 2 UART for communication. So this is the deal through which we are going to select our microcontrollers. Okay, so this is I have already covered. And yeah, there are various microcontroller boards which is already available in the market. Just I am going to just concentrate on the case studies. Yeah. There is one important category of the devices. Actually, if you are looking for Raspberry Pi, Arduino, Node MCU, those are readily available in the market. But there is one more category, more devices. Those are available in the form of customized board. Those are available with the few companies. But try to. This is first step to realize your product. Because if you are going to launch your product, for that product, I think if you are putting Arduino board inside that, I think it is not look like a product. So design the required component which is on that board, Arduino board. Try to embed by your own way and realize your own customized boards. So few customized boards are available in the market. I think nuttyengineer.com is the one best website through which we can get these devices. And I think I am very much aware about those devices because I have worked many worked on these devices. I think Nutify is the one device, circular safe device. It is similar to the Node MCU, but the capability of this device is similar, or but the size of this device is somehow smaller than the Node MCU. And then the another customized board is L29 3D, Yeah, it is again in the circular form. Then the LoRa based, yeah, customized board, where you can just take this board and put some jumper and connect with the Arduino board or any customized board and just write the code to transfer your data up to a long range, like up to 10 kilometers. And then the availability of a few more, which where the top of it there is customized Atmega 328 board, and lower to it there is one Wi-Fi modem is present on it, and on board just power supply number of pins are more. If you are looking for Arduino board, I think there are very less number of power supply pin in Arduino. I think one pin is there, which is basically 5-volt pin. You just, if you want to increase or want more number of 5-volt pin, then use breadboard with the Arduino to extend those power supply pin. But these boards having, as per your desire, this company will fabricate and give you the customized boards. Okay, the another customized boards which is developed by the companies, and we have also used these boards in our book for realizing few case studies. Okay, these are the customized boards which is developed by us with the help of the nuttyengineer.com. Okay, and there are few advantages of customized board, because for realizing the product or taking product into the market, I think your board, your printed or your own design board should be there inside the hardware. So this is what the advantage of the few advantage of the customized boards. Okay, just I am just going to cover, I think time is very less, so I am going to cover few case study which is inside our book IoT based project, where one case study which is based on smart garage door. Okay, oh, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes,
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 sir.
yes.
You're audible.
Okay, so this is one case study which is inside the IoT based projects, smart garage door. So I think it is very simple. Realize this using means Internet of Things application. I think in this project I'm just trying to use Node MCU, or either use Node MCU or otherwise take Notify in place of Node MCU, and then try to just figure out what are the requirement to control the smart garage. Okay, if suppose some person intervention take place near the door, then that should be open, but to control that motion should be recorded somewhere on that particular, your either in the application or either your means your web browser. Okay, when motion is detected, then correspondingly the motion information should be transferred to a mobile application of your, and because if you are doing or realizing project this way, then another member of the home can use that for making that garage door open and close. Okay, motion sensor is there, and then the relay control circuitry is required in this project. There is a different way of telling the relay is one is basically electromechanical relay, and another is the solid state relay. So in our book we have realized this with the help of solid state relay. So this is what the block diagram, where motion sensor is giving the input to the node MCU, and then node MCU taking that data and hitting to the your mobile application. When someone present outside the door, then you can get the notification on the application. Then through application you just authenticate and give the permission to open. It depends on you. Otherwise motion detector detect the motion and automatically take the decision, open and close the door. I think this is this we have restricted by this way, means motion sensor giving the information to application, and then application user it depends upon the user, either permit or not permit. Okay, so correspondingly will hit to the machine 1 and machine 2, one for opening and another for closing the door. Okay, and this is what the schematics. I have taken these schematics from the directly from the book. This is whole schematics which is based on smart garage door. Yeah, node MCU. Suppose if you want to connect one LCD with it, then LCD is there. What is the way to connect the LCD with it? then motion sensors, 3 pins are there, then output pin of this motion sensor should be somewhere in the digital pin of it. Okay, and the solid state relay is also, circuitry of this is also there. And this is what the blank application through which I can take the actions. Okay, allow machine 1, machine 2, mean these are the motors. Would you like to make all on, all off this facility? It depends on you. Would you like to add several buttons on the application, or would you like to attach only one on and off button? This depend on you. Okay. Yeah. Any query? Okay, just I'm checking it. Yes. Just wait. Yeah.
So we have some queries.
Yeah. Yes, there is a, okay. Yeah, what can be the difficulties and challenges of IoT uses is the one questions. Yeah. Uh, I think realizing Internet of Things, I think first challenge is the power supply. As you are aware, if you are putting ESP8266 with any hardware, then the big challenge is the power consumption. As you are aware, your Node MC or 8255 in a one shot or one go, it is consuming around 800 milliampere of current. So I think current is the one big deal. Another is the security challenges, because you are transferring your data from, yeah, one end means hardware to your application part. In between some breach, some kind of means security issues maybe arises. So these are the, there are several challenges. There is a challenge if you are going to realize application, then maybe there are challenges either related to your software and the platform. Sometimes few hardware is not supporting to some means platform. So these, there are several challenges, but the most of the challenges when you are going to launch the product is the power supply, and the another is the security challenge. So do one thing, only do computing on the device end, and only transfer your data from device to the cloud in a particular packet format, and that packet format should have I think 32-bit or either 128-bit encryption or decryption. Okay, the another questions, how the Internet of Things impact our daily lives. I think it is general questions. So as you are aware, nowadays everyone wants means, yeah, smart homes is the requirement. Suppose I am sitting, yeah, like look like Alexa and I think one more device, yeah, Google. Yeah, so these are the devices where we can ask any query by sound, means by speech. You can just ask the questions, or either if you want to listen the news, or if you want to just switch on and off your fan or appliances through voice command, then you can achieve via this way. I think in a daily life or ease of our ease, Internet of Things is the one platform. Yeah, Anita, would you like to give some answer of some? Yeah.
So I think very general questions we are having today. With means it is not much technical. So ma'am, if you want some particular question me to answer, please let me know.
Yeah, I think we can take around 3 to 4 questions.
Yeah.
Just a second, please. There is a question by Madhusmita Mishra. Can we use MATLAB based code for IoT development?
MATLAB based code. A very interesting question, I think it is, because as we all know, interfacing MATLAB with real-time data is not that much easy, right? I must tell you, it can be done, it is not impossible. It can be done. We have done it. We have also written one book on interfacing MATLAB with real-time data, but it can be done with some kind of the supporting elements. Directly we can't do that. Like if we think all the computational part of MATLAB can be assessed directly, that can't be done. So we need to work in that way. So we can discuss it later on, but yes, we can do it. It is not impossible. We can easily do it.
There is one question by Yasmin Sultana. What effects will the Internet of Things have on infrastructure in smart cities region?
See, it is also again very general question. Like we were discussing, Internet of Things is very much part of smart cities. For example, in initial starting of this webinar also I told, like smart transportation, that can be a very dense part of the IoT, vehicle to vehicle communication. How one vehicle is communicating to vehicle, how vehicle is communicating to the lights, like your traffic lights, how your traffic lights are controlling the density of the vehicles in a particular road. That all are the part of smart transportation. Along with this, smart logistic, your smart infrastructure, buildings are talking to each other, like your hospitals where patient complete uh, paper and the history of the patient is online, and the patient can interact with the doctor in the real time. All these are the very much part of smart cities. So means IoT is nowadays like it is like food. Everywhere it is. Means you can't live without it nowadays. This is like this.
Okay. Thank you, Neetaji. There is one question, I think we can take that as well, from Pushti Sampat. What can be the security concerns related to IoT?
So security concerns.
Yeah, she wants to know that.
Yeah. So actually, security concern is not like that. Sometimes what happens, many times, like in ThinkSpeak, we have API keys. But sometimes what happens, encryption and description part of your data communication is not covered properly. So somebody breach it. So if you take encrypted data, then it is not that much risky. You can properly do it.
Yeah,
Rather than-
actually, the big challenge in Internet of Things is means if you are controlling device directly from the cloud, okay, somewhere from your mobile phone, or means any hacker can hit your hardware directly, okay, by breaching your security or by reading your data packets format or by reading means your hardware the software which is written inside the hardware. Okay, so basically if you want to overcome this, nowadays the industry is doing one more thing. They are making one central local server, where local server you any hacker can reach up to that local server, but then local server to the communication which is directly end-to-end communication, that companies realizing those communication using free protocols or the short range communication kind of means there are a lot many RF modems are there in the market, through which we can just put our data from end node to that local server. Then your security breaches up to end point will reduce automatically when you are using your local communication in between. So try to realize wireless personal area network and just route that information to a local server, and then by through local server you can hit to the cloud. If you are hitting directly to end device through cloud, I think breaching take place.
Okay. Thanks, Rajeshji. We still have 3 minutes, and I think we can take a question from Monique Makwana. What is the scope of IoT in future?
Yeah, actually, yeah, Anita, just respond. I think it is general questions.
Yeah, it is very much general question actually. See, Surbhi ma'am, nowadays everyone, we all are talking about IoT. Why? Because everything needs to be smart. I
Right.
want my home a smart home. I don't want human intervention to do the daily work. I want my roads to be smart. So how it can be done? It can be done by communication between small networks with a big network. So that is very much, I think it is IoT only, by which we can make everything smart and reachable without human intervention. So I think it is having a big future.
Uh, like
So
connected
there
cars,
is,
connected
yeah,
health. Yeah.
there is no
Okay.
doubt in that. Everything is,
Okay.
needs to be smart nowadays. So this is coming under IoT.
Okay. Right. Any other question?
One question I can see, that is, what can be the difference between wireless sensor network and IoT? Yeah, that is a good question, I think. So it is easy. See, wireless sensor network is what? It is the communication of one device to another device. It may or may not with IoT. Like it can be with some ISM web devices like RF modem, Zigbee or LoRa. May not be internet is in between. So communication between devices, between the sensory nodes, with the help of RF modem or any other communication media other than the net. So it can be a wireless sensor network. It can be a personal area network also. But IoT is basically when internet comes into the picture and networks are connected with networks through internet. So that is IoT. So sensory part is very much common in between these two. Real-time sensors, real-time devices we need, but yes, network part is different.
Okay, Anita ji, thank you so much. So let's close the session. And
Yeah.
thanks for the Anita ji and Rajesh ji. Thank you so much for the great presentations, and the session was really helpful. And thanks to
Thank you
all
so much.
the thanks to all the participants for your support. And we are
Thank
very
you.
sure that this session and the training really benefited you all. And we look forward to see you in the next webinar. Thank you so much. Thanks once again.
Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Anita ji.
Thank you, ma'am.